Hi, everyone. All right, welcome. We're going to have a little conversation. My name is Thejal. My pronouns are she and they. And I'm coming to you today from the unceded lands of the Tongva, the Chumash, and the Keech people. And I'm joined by my good friend, Parisa. Hi, Parisa.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are
I'm
you?
good.
Awesome.
So
Good.
we're actually here. We're here to talk about a program that you're doing with Thejal Yoga. It's an online program. And I wanted to ask everyone who just popped in, have you ever done dance in a sensual way? Have you ever done dance in a sensual way? So I wonder if anyone can say yes or no, or has any questions about that to let us know. Hi, Ruby. Yeah, has anyone on here ever experienced dance in a liberatory, sensual way?
No.
Oh, we have some no's. Okay. Definitely not.
Interesting.
All right. Okay, so I think this is a perfect opening.
Yeah.
Parisa. Oh, hi.
This is what
Hi.
happens when you dance in a sensual way. Just
You bring
kidding.
the baby. Yes. Oh, okay. Ecstatic dance. I love that. Okay, so there is something called ecstatic dance, which I don't know if this is the same thing as what Cayenne's talking about, but ecstatic dance I feel like has like a program, very like specific programming to it that they do this like here on the beach, so I might try it once or twice. But Parisa, have you, so what everyone's saying is like they've definitely not tried it. It's a no, maybe a little, maybe some pull. And I'm just wondering if you can give us an overview on this like whole category of things like sensual dance, and then we can talk a little bit more about how we're going to make that like liberatory. So what is
Yeah.
sensual dance? Like, what's your experience?
I mean, I really think it's more about like being in your body than like a specific style. Um, like the word sensual is really about your senses and like activating all of your senses. Um, so I think there's like a misconception that it's like pole or floor work or like a certain style when I really think it can be incorporated into many different styles and it's also a lifestyle. So yeah, I think it's like more maybe maybe you actually have been dancing in a sensual way,
Mm,
but haven't considered it to be that way.
okay. So I have like so many questions, but the first one I want to ask is, how can sensual dance be like a lifestyle? And Karen says senses equals sensual
Yeah.
art.
It's it really also has to do with like kind I feel like what a lot of what your platform teaches about presence. Like, you know, it's I think to add to sensuality, there is like a pleasure aspect to it. So it's experiencing your senses in a pleasurable
Mm,
way. And I think that's why it's like so like scary or demonized because we're not supposed to experience pleasure. We're not supposed to feel pleasure. Like there's something icky about it, I feel like, in our society. Like we're not allowed to be that way. So like anytime you're experiencing something with your full senses, your full body in a pleasurable way, you could be like out to brunch with your friends and you're like eating this waffle and you're like, oh my God, like all of my senses are eating this waffle right now and it's so good. Like that's sensual dance. It's a dance of sensuality, for example.
oh wow, I really love that. I think it's so when we talk about how we might not be allowed or feel freedom to experience that, I really think about this this myth of puritanical way of being
Yeah.
and what is pure and virginal, and this idea
Hmm.
that there is a way to be that is proper and pure. And then when we think about the yoga philosophy, there is a lot of conversation around whether or not we should be indulging in sense gratification, whether or not we should be working in a way that we are exploring our senses and feeling into that, because ultimately what that might do is attach us to this presence and this lifetime in a way that would create more suffering in our life. So I think it's a really, really interesting exploration, because with anything, we might become too attached. We might become attached to the point where we can't see ourselves being whole without it. And that exploration, though, is really important. Like, have you heard the philosophy that you can't know true joy and happiness unless you know true sorrow and despair?
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So it's like you have to have these experiences in order to recognize the truth.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where, it's like a planet of duality. Like we live on a planet of duality. We can't escape one or the other. It's like all a part of the same, two sides of the same coin, and it's what makes life like beautiful and rich. So like sensuality for me is just a tool. Like it's not something that like I'm doing all the time or like I'm feeling all the time, but when I do, it's a tool, of expression and joy and liberation
So more of it as a tool. So usually when we have tools, we're working with the tools to either mend something or arrive at a certain place. If we're using sensual dance and sensual exploration as a tool, what are we working with then?
We are working with the body. We are working with, at least for me, it's a lot of working through like my traumas, especially like sexual trauma. I feel like a lot of us who have experienced that have like blockages. It's really hard for us to like fully experience something with pleasure because it's like scary. It's like a trigger. So whenever I feel like out of my body or discontent with my body, or I just have like a negative self-image, I find that I naturally turn to dancing in a way that is like magnetic and like just very feminine, and it kind of like it helps me process whatever is hurting inside of me, and I always feel better afterward. So that's just like how I kind of use it. And then there's sometimes you're just in that energy. You're just like, oh, I just feel like a goddess, or I'm just feeling myself, to quote Beyonce. So, and then you just do it. So sometimes it's to process something, and sometimes it's because like you're already in that energy. You want to express it and amplify.
Yeah. That's so true. That's so true. Yeah. I like this idea of recognizing that you're not coming fully equipped. You're not coming because you know exactly what's going to happen. You're not coming because you've done it before and you're ready for it. You're coming because any number of reasons have kept you from it, or you're just not entirely clear. Like it doesn't have to be because you're scared of it that you're coming to it. It doesn't have to be because you know so much about yourself and your pleasure that you want to enhance that. And when we talk about moving through trauma, especially sexual trauma, the fear is really real. It's not just fear, though. It could be that freeze response. It could be that fight response. It could be that flight response. It could be that fawn response. It could be like a response of complete disconnect. So the thing that I would say this allows us to move more into is a flow response. Right? Like a feeling response. So reconnecting back to flow and feeling. And I think that you have a very unique background to be able to guide us through that. So what would you say about your background that helps you to offer a space like that, facilitate a space like this?
Yeah, well, I've said before, I was the girl that was like any like song that was like sexy or just like sexually charged. I like really was like, ooh, I was really like turned on, I guess, for lack of a better word, by that energy as a little girl. So I was the one that would like dance in the mirror, and I was like I would just get into it. I didn't know what I was doing. It was just happening. So I know there's a lot of us who are like that. So as a child, that was how I like to express myself. Um, and then like later on in my life, I got into sex work, and I was a stripper for like 2-ish years, and that really helped me see the connection between like literally like, oh, when you like are embodying this, I don't know how else to say it, like this goddess energy, like I'm amazing, you really do magnetize like the client. Like the more confidence you have, and the way that you move your bodies, like that's how you magnetize your clients to like pay you in the strip club. So that was really interesting. And then there's also like techniques that you learn. So I'm excited to like give people the ins and outs of sorry for this chaos, but I'm excited to like teach others the techniques, because I feel like a lot of people are interested in like what is it like to be a stripper or like this and that, but you know, so I'm excited to share that with other people because there are techniques. Like I had my manager, he would always like walk by and be like, eye contact, like make eye contact with the clients. And so we're gonna practice just literally the importance of gaze. And then the other thing they would always say is slow down. Like it's way more attractive to the client when you move slowly, versus these like really fast movements. So we'll also practice slowing down, which is really scary, right? Because you're become aware of everything. So the beauty of that is we don't have any like disgusting men trying to get at us. We're just doing it for ourselves.
Yeah, no, that's really true. We're doing it for ourselves, which I think is
Yeah.
a huge bonus. It's like a huge liberating aspect of this. And so we're calling it Liberatory Sensual Dance. And you can do it from the comfort of your own home. I mean, the guidance will be video on or off. And so you can move in a way that feels most comfortable to you. And then we'll just talk through what comes up. I feel like that's going to be a really special time. So our practice is happening on Monday, August 19th, and then again in September on, I don't remember the date, but I think it's the third Monday of September.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's the 16th. Yeah, you'll have homework, so I hope you come to both. Oh yeah, I'm a teacher,
I love it.
so
I
you'll
totally love it.
have.
Okay, I think that's all I had for you. But
Okay.
um, before we hang up or get on, I
Yeah.
don't know what it's called when you leave an IG. Um, does anyone here have any questions for Parisa or how to join? You can definitely join on theangelyoga.com. You can click /events or just go to schedule and find the events and you'll be able to join. Yeah, so I'm really excited.
Uh, I just want to say I'm excited too, and thank you so much, Tejal, for having me. And Kay McMillan, I hope I'm saying that right. Like the comments, are very lovely. I appreciate that because sometimes I get nervous. Like I don't know how to explain something that is just so innate. So,
Mm. No,
but
you're
thank you for
definitely
the.
nailing it, so don't worry
Okay.
about that at all.
Yeah, I just want to say, like, don't, if you're afraid, it's okay to be afraid. Sometimes I'm even afraid because, to be honest, being in your sensuality is being on the front lines. So if you're going out and about and you choose to embody your sensuality, like you're putting yourself at risk for harm. And so it's a very valid fear. I mean, yeah, it's very valid to be afraid. And that's why I love actually that it'll be virtual because you'll be essentially by yourself. Um, and we will kind of like gently push the boundary of being seen, but I just want everyone to know that this is actually a really great place to practice that, without putting yourself at like physically in harm's way.
Yeah,
So
and to address what is coming up for you in a way that
yeah,
feels like safe and containered,
yes,
because you'll be joining from a space where you have set up a container of safety and play and pleasure.
100%. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Thank you. It's a
Thank
long time
you.
coming. I can't wait
Yes.
for both the classes. I'm very excited.
Yes. Thank you, Tejal. We love you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Have a great day. Kiss the
So
baby.
I will. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. See you Monday.
Okay. See you.